Hey, it's King McKay. In A Song of Ice and Fire, we know about a lot of intelligent, interesting creatures that most of the population believes is just fairy tales. There's the children of the forest, the giants, the gods, white walkers, and wraiths, and who knows what else. Well, there may be a lot of evidence that there's another species you probably didn't think existed in this universe. Merlings. Yes, Merlings exist in A Song of Ice and Fire, and from what we've seen so far, they've been playing a serious role in the events of Game of Thrones. Now, before we go into too much detail about their actions in the series, what evidence is there that they actually even exist? Let's start with House Manly. Fans of the series have picked out a few details about House Manly that make them seem like they could be Merlings. Let's go through those. House Manly of White Harbor is a noble family in the north. They control a port city, which is a pretty good place for a Merling to be located. Their house symbol is a merman. The lord of the house can't ride a horse. They are originally from the Reach, which is a tropical climate. And they bake a fray into a pie with the same kind of colours that a human would bake a fish pie. So that's one area in the series we believe Merlings exist in the Song of Ice and Fire. Another point is where the Merlings are seen in the Feast for Crows when Bran is told about squashes. Squashes are described as man-eating fish people that walk on 2 feet, which sounds a lot like Merlings transformed into their human-like forms. Plus, the man-eating aspect links back to the phrase being cooked into a pie. And then there's also Sir Mandon Moore of the Kingsguard. Sir Mandon Moore is referred to as repeatedly as having dead eyes or fish eyes, and having no life but duty. Then, with no readily apparent motivation, Sir Mandon Moore tries to murder Tyrion on the Battle of the Blackfire, and when he's thrown overboard, it is noted he did not scream. Why would you if you knew that you could just transform into your Merling form and swim away? So if Sir Mandon Moore is a Merling, why attack Tyrion? Well, before the attack, Tyrion had just set the Blackfire Bay on fire using wildfire, which would be deadly to any creatures living underneath the water. So, was Sir Mandon Moore avenging his fallen brothers underneath the water, or just, as the show hints, following Joffrey's orders? Well, the evidence of the Merlings has been far and few between, so it's time we look at the Iron Islands. Legend holds that the Grey King of the Iron Islands wed a mermaid, and became the king of the Western Isles and all the sea beyond. Also, the Iron Men believe that in the Drowned God's watery halls, there are mermaids that attend to everyone's wants and needs. And the Drowned Men claim that the Iron Men are closer kin to fish and Merlings than other humans. Now we can see a whole religion and kingdom influenced by the myth or realization of the Merlings. But the question is, what are the Merlings doing, and what major characters in A Song of Ice and Fire are connected to them? We'll discuss this and a lot more in part 2.